Recently, the Australian government has banned the use of social media from under-16s. Now, already there are alarm bells ringing, with some saying, yes, this is a good idea so as to protect children from harmful content, and with other people saying it's not such a good idea. But let's get straight into this. Now, why is this a good idea? Well, for starters, the content that I've seen on social media in the last 10 or so years, I've been on social media for like so long now, like it's coming up to like what, 15 years since I've been on social media, like since I was like 14. Like, wow, that is a long time on social media. 15 years, crikey, where's the time gone? I've drifted off, so let me get back on topic. Now, yeah, the content I've seen on social media for a long time has been, let's just say it in a word, trash. Honestly, and it's not like I'm deliberately looking up the content, because I don't do that. But some of the content I've seen in the past is just, quite frankly, ridiculous. Like, honestly, like when I was a teen, social media was unregulated, and I believe social media should stay unregulated. But that's another argument for another time. With Yeah, so I think looking at social media content, especially the harmful side of social media, I believe it's essential to protect children from that, but it shouldn't be left to companies. Like, the parents also have to do their job to manage what their children see on social media. Like, I'm not saying parents should micromanage their children, but rather help them to see what's right to social media and what's wrong with social media. There are reasons to support and maybe not support this plan. Like, I believe for it's the right thing to do, so as to protect children from some graphic images like the ones I've seen from ages ago. And I want this video to be like for everyone, so I'm not going to go into too many details about what I've seen on social media in the past. So yeah, so another thing is that children may get depressed by what they see on social media, and for parents, they may not want that to happen for their children, and they want children to grow up in a positive environment. And if that means no social media, then so be it. Now, there are also reasons to disagree with this plan, with one of the reasons being that social media amongst young people is a necessity, as it'll help them grow and realize in later life, like when they're around the ages of 16 to 17, that help them realize, like, okay, so this is what can be said on social media, this is what can't be said on social media. Like, I don't I really don't think that banning kids from social media really is the answer, but rather teach them how to use social media, teach them what can be said, what can't be said, and also teach them how social media should be managed in the right way. I'm thinking back to when I was at school. Like, I finished school like 13 years ago now. That's 1-3. And my time on social media at times was pretty disturbing, because I saw some images that I just shouldn't have seen. And it's not like I deliberately search for them, but rather come back from school, first thing I did was look on social media. which teenager didn't do that in 2011? Like, some of the images I saw was just downright disgusting. On Honestly, like, I'm not going to go too much into details because this video may not get seen by everybody, and that's my main objective here. Looking back when I was at school, like, I wish I had social media lessons, although social media was relatively new at the time, and if you're in your like 30s or 40s watching this, then I can only apologize for making you feel very old. I can already hear them coming. But anyway, social media, yeah. I wish I had those lessons when I was at school, because then we'd actually learn about what can be said, what can't be said, and what content is okay, and which other content should be flagged up as inappropriate. Like, that's one of the main things I wish I had when I was at school. But social media and smartphones they were only just booming at the time. But anyway, I'm glad that there's more education around social media now than when I was at school, when education around social media was virtually, or actually it wasn't virtually non-existent. It was non-existent, or if it was existent, I can't remember. Right. There are also plans about bringing social media bans to the UK, which will be an interesting move. Now, do I support it? For me, I'm half and half. Like, I would support it because children should be protected from harmful content. But again, banning children under 16s from social media could potentially set them back years, because companies are looking for people who know how to use social media from a young age. And when I mean a young age, I don't mean 16. I mean maybe even 11 or 12, because that's the world we live in now. Right? But ultimately, I think I've said a bit too much. What are your thoughts? Should there be social media bans for under 16s? Yes or no? I'd like to know what you think.